I admit sometimes I can be a slight bit bougie, and these fragrances are gonna put that on full display. If you're interested in seeing my bougie fragrance haul, then just keep watching. If this is your first time watching my channel, hello, my name is Ayesha. I make videos about fragrance, beauty, luxury, and lifestyle. So if those are things you're interested in, then please subscribe and please thumbs up this video. If you are a returning subscriber, hey y'all, thanks for coming back and thanks for the constant support. Anyway, let's get into the fragrances that I have to share with y'all. So if you saw my last fragrance video talking about my affordable fragrance haul, then you knew that this not so affordable fragrance haul will be coming up. So here we are. So my birthday is in 2 days, and these fragrances I purchased because I want to wear one of them for my birthday dinner. Not only because of that, these are fragrances that have all been on my wish list. Literally every single one has been on my wish list for a while, and for my birthday I wanted to treat myself, and yeah, that's what I did. So I have quite a few to share with you. I think about 7 or 8, and all of these I have smelled except for the last 2 because I literally just got them in the mail 5 minutes ago. So we'll smell those on camera together for the first time, but I have smelled everything else, but I have not worn them. I did spray them on my hand to test because honestly, I mean, I knew I was going to be doing this video, so I wasn't planning on wearing them, but there's no way I can let a fragrance sit there and not smell it, you know? So I think the first one of these I got maybe about 2 weeks ago. Anyway, I don't want to ramble on, but I wanted to really make sure that this video was just like my first impressions. Let me know if you would like to see like a follow-up video kind of telling you guys what I think of these fragrances like in a couple weeks or so. It still wouldn't be like a full-on review. It would just kind of be like what I'm thinking of them now. So anyway, let's get into the haul. So I'm gonna start with one that I kind of teased on Instagram. Now this one is the one I had the most experience with because I actually got a decant of it like a while ago. So this one is the only one out of this that I've like worn more than just spraying on my hand. But this is from the Maison Dior line and it's Ombre Nuit. So I had teased it on Instagram and asked you all to guess, and quite a few of you guessed Ombre Nuit. Some of you guessed Fève Délicieuse, but I already own that, so. But yeah, this is Ombre Nuit. So I have worn this before because I have a decant. So I do know how this one smells, but I promise guys, the rest of these I haven't worn. I honestly forgot that this was in here. But this is a nice, like sweet, ambery, spicy scent. Perfect for fall. And pretty much all of these fragrances that I'm going to show you are fall scents. So we can also call this a fall haul. Yes, so definitely spicy, ambery, warm. I don't know the notes offhand, but I believe there may be clove in it. It kind of smells like that. Clove and maybe cinnamon or nutmeg. Very, very nice and inviting. And I find that with this fragrance, it smells better as you wear it. Like it really just melds into the skin, like a lot of fragrances. But I find that with this one, when I initially sprayed it the very first time, I wasn't like super impressed by it. But when I wore it, that's when I fell in love. So yeah, this is Dior Ombre Nuit. And I don't know if y'all know, but Dior now has these small bottles. Not for all of their fragrances, but for some of them. So this is a 40 ml bottle, I believe. Yes, 40 ml, 1.3 fluid ounces. So it's still like a regular size bottle. It's not a mini. But these retail for $100 on the Dior website. Now, it's not that great of a deal like when you compare it to the larger bottles, but it is, you know, who's really going through that much fragrance? So I really like the idea of these small bottles. So this next fragrance is probably the riskiest one that I have here. It's one that I heard about probably about a year ago, and since then it's been on my wish list, but it has been hard to find, number one, and number two, is extremely expensive, and I was just really scared to buy this. So I came up on a slight deal on this, not a huge deal, but a slight deal on it. And so I finally pulled the trigger. I mean, it was my birthday, or it was getting close to my birthday. So So I was like, go ahead and do it, Ayesha. Go ahead and do it. So I did it. This one is from Killian, and I got the kind that does not come with the coffret, the big like coffin looking box. I do have several of those, but I don't store my fragrances in them, so I don't really care about that. I mean, it's nice and it's cool, but I don't use mine, so I'm perfectly fine not having that. So that makes it a little less expensive. But this is from Killian, and it is apple brandy. Now, the reason I say that this is the riskiest one is because there's not many videos on it. It's very expensive, and the videos that I have seen on it are mainly from men. And one of my favorite male fragrance reviewers, Big Beer Business, I saw a video of his saying that he loves the smell of it, but he wouldn't want his wife smelling like that. So that kind of made me a little bit iffy about it. But I'm here to tell you, I like it. So it definitely smells like brandy. So I am not a brandy drinker. I'm not a cognac drinker, but I love the smell of it. My husband is a cognac drinker, and so every time we go out and he gets a little fancy cognac or bourbon drink, he lets me smell it before he starts drinking it. That's how much I like the smell of it. So if you don't like the smell of liquor, dark liquor, you ain't gonna like this. This smells like alcohol. It's very realistic. Oh gosh, it smells so good. It smells like cognac. I don't even know how else to describe it besides smelling like apple and liquor. That's what it smells like. It's sweet. It's so smooth though, and like it's not harsh at all. This would be like the top shelf liquor. I don't even know the names of them, y'all, but something up there near the top, that's what this would smell like. It's so good, y'all. It is so good. It's so realistic, so I know it wouldn't be for everybody, but I am absolutely intoxicated by this scent. I cannot wait to wear this. I definitely think this is more suited for nighttime. I wouldn't wear this during the day unless I was going to maybe a date party, which I don't do. So yeah, I definitely don't think this is like a work appropriate scent, but I think it's great for like nighttime, date night, parties. I mean, nobody's going to parties right now, but eventually maybe. And even at home, like I would love to smell like this anytime at night. It's so good. Let me stop sniffing, but that is Apple Brandy by Killian. So this next fragrance is my first one from this brand, and this is a niche brand. It's called Gallagher Fragrances. It's the name of the company. But the fragrance that I picked up is probably their most popular one, and it is Rosé All Day. This has been on my wish list since I first heard, I believe, Eva Monroe talk about it last year. It's been on my wish list since then, and I knew I would probably pick it up sometime this fall. They happen to be running a sale, so I went ahead and picked up a bottle. I got the small bottle. They do come in larger bottles now, but this is the, what, 1 ounce? Yes, so this is a 1 ounce bottle, and this smells so delicious. When I opened this, I had to stop myself from immediately going on Instagram stories and talking about it, because at first smell of this, I immediately regretted not getting the big bottle. Even though I hardly ever use up fragrances, to be completely honest, but oh gosh, it's so good. So this is sweet and syrupy. So if you don't like sweet scents, you definitely won't like this. So it's sweet and syrupy. You can smell some like apple in it, like honeyed apples or something. But you also smell like wine or fermenting fruit, which I think is what sets it apart from other fragrances in this genre. It just smells so freaking delicious, y'all. So delicious. Yes, so good. If you like apple scents, this is the video for you. Let's just put it like that. If you like apple in your fragrances, this is the video for you. This is definitely very fall appropriate. It's so good. Let me stop sniffing. It's very fall appropriate. Definitely can take you in the winter. I don't think that this would be a good scent for super hot weather just because it's so like thick and syrupy. But if you like this scent profile and you want something for hot weather, I think Casablanca, if you like Swiss Arabian Casablanca for hot weather, then you'll probably like this. Even though Casablanca is kind of like really sweet too, I do feel like Casablanca is like more of a transparent sweetness. This is more of a deep, heavy sweetness, if that makes sense. So I love it though. I love it. So if you like scents like me, get the big bottle. Just, you won't regret it. Next up is another fragrance from a brand that I've never tried, and this is from Byredo. Yes, the brand that all the fashion bloggers love. I've never tried anything from Byredo, but this one's been on my wish list a while. And this is the box. Let's open it up. So the fragrance that I picked up is Bal de Freak. So this is one of their popular ones. I think this one, probably Gypsy Water and Mojave Ghost are probably their most popular ones. But this is the one that I've had my eye on for a while. Byredo gets mixed reviews. People complain about the longevity or about the scents not being kind of soft, and for the price, you know, a lot of people don't like that. And I can definitely say this is a soft-ish scent. I have not worn it yet. I've only sprayed it on my hand one time, but it's not like beast mode. I can tell you that right off bat. So to me, it smells a bit powdery, maybe some iris in there, but it also smells like there may be some sandalwood in there. So it's very like creamy and calming. If you like Prada Infusion Diaris, the iris fragrance, you'll probably like this. I'm not sure if iris is in here, but it smells like it definitely is, but it's a lot deeper and more complex than the Prada fragrance. So I'm just giving that to y'all for reference, but that's what it smells like to me. This is a very clean scent. I definitely think this can be worn year round. Definitely for daytime or for bedtime. But it's really nice. I cannot wait to wear this one. When I was smelling it the other day, I could smell on my skin, I feel like it smelled a bit different, like almost salty, not super salty, but like a little salty. So I don't know if that's how it just was reacting with my skin. But I like both. So yeah, I'm really excited to play around with this one and kind of see how it develops more. But so far so good. I really like it, and it's a little different than all the other stuff I picked up, so happy to have it. So this next fragrance is one that I actually kind of showed y'all on my community tab and kind of chatted about with some of you, and you all told me I would love this fragrance, and you guys were right. This one is from Guerlain, and you can see it's in a fancy box. So it also comes in this big like coffret, and you open it up, and there is the fragrance sitting in there looking all beautiful and fancy, y'all. I love the way this presentation looks. Now I don't store my bottles like this, but it's nice to open up a package and have it look all fancy. But this is none other than Gourmand Coquine, and this is from their Elixir Charnel line, and this is amazing. It is amazing. It smells like chocolate. Let's spray it to refresh myself, but so yes, this smells like chocolate and rum and spices, and maybe even something like a sweet berry, maybe like strawberry or cherry or something. I'm not sure, but definitely chocolate is the note that I get the most from this, but not in a juvenile way. This is like the fanciest 5-star chocolate you can find. It is so good. It's so yummy smelling. Oh my gosh, this is so good. So good. It is sweet again, and syrupy, but to me this is more of a, I don't want to say it's transparent. It's not like a transparent sweetness. It's still kind of on the heavy side, but it's not as heavy as some of the other fragrances that I mentioned. Now, like I said, I haven't worn this, but just like spraying it on my hand, I feel like this one is probably more appropriate for most of the year wear. I still wouldn't wear this outside in the hot summer just because I feel like it would be a bit overpowering, but I definitely would wear it during a summer night if I felt so inclined. So good, y'all. So good. And shout out to the ladies that I talked to in the community tab about this fragrance. Y'all were absolutely right. I do love it. Thank you. And yeah, can't wait to wear it. So this next purchase is really all thanks to Lisa. Thank you for making me spend my money. Lisa is here on YouTube. Her name is DDGLA Diva. I believe that's also her name on Instagram, but I will link her channel down below. I've been following her for literal years, probably about 5 or 7 years, and I reached out to her because she mentioned this fragrance in one of her videos, and it's been on my list for a while, but I reached out to her just to get some more information, and yeah, next thing you know, I was ordering it. So this is from Roja Parfums. This is my first fragrance from the brand, and I'll show you the box. It is beautiful. Look at that. And this is Creation E. So this fragrance also goes by the name Enigma, depending on what country you live in. But in the US, it's called Creation E. This is the Parfum Cologne. This comes in some higher concentrations as well. But this is very expensive, and so I went for the cheapest version because, I mean, I shouldn't even put cheap in the same sentence as Roja, but I went for the least expensive version because when I talked to Lisa and she was saying, you know, what she thought about them, I felt like this one would still be like amazing. So this is the one I went for, but if you prefer extrait or whatever, then that's available for you as well. But this is it, and this one is amazing as well, you guys. I did so good on this haul, so good. Oh gosh, this one to me kind of reminds me of cherry coke at first sniff. So when I think about this fragrance, I think about like cherry coke mixed with like spiced rum. I love boozy scents, so if you're not into boozy scents, you probably won't like it, but to me, that's what this smells like. That is literally what I think of. Cherry coke mixed with spiced rum, because you can definitely smell like spices in it, like cinnamon, nutmeg, maybe cardamom. But then I also smell like almond, and it is a slight, tiny bit powdery, but if you don't like powdery scents, I don't think it's powdery enough to like throw you off. But it does have a slight bit of powderiness to it that I feel like kind of just levels it out. This is really smooth, and you can definitely smell the quality when you smell this. If I didn't mention, this is marketed towards men, but I definitely think it's unisex, definitely. I also feel like this fragrance is kind of like an uplifting fragrance. So even though it has those kind of deep, dark notes, to me, it still has like a bit of a fizziness to it that makes it feel a little bit lighter weight. So yeah, y'all, this is so good. This is so good. As it settles into your skin, it gets even better. Like I said, I have not worn it fully, but I have sprayed it on my hand and sniffed nonstop, y'all. So I am super excited. I'm super happy that I took the plunge on buying this. I ended up getting mine from the Roja website, and they have a special right now going that if you purchase something from them, you can get a travel spray, a different travel spray based on how much money you spend. I got a travel spray, I didn't like it, so I ended up selling it on Mercari, so that kind of just helped kind of knock down some of the price of this. So if you're interested in this, definitely check out the Roja website. Yeah, it was, I mean, you're not gonna find this on sale, so I don't know where we would anyway. This is so good, y'all. So good. That's it for the ones that I've already smelled. Do me a favor, y'all. If you have not thumbs up this video, please do. And if you're not subscribed, please do. All right, so now that you've done that, let's get into my last two fragrances, which I have not smelled. Like I said, I got them like 5 minutes before I started recording this video. But this is from fragrancebuy.ca, and they are Canadian fragrance, like discounter. So I always am on their site. They have some great deals, but I've never ordered from them, honestly, because I don't want to pay shipping. However, if you order 5 bottles, I believe, then you won't have to pay for shipping. But because I had ordered all this stuff before I ordered this, I was not gonna order 5 bottles just to get free shipping. Like, no, I just paid for the shipping because I really wanted one of these items, and it was an awesome price. So this is what the box looks like. It came sealed, says proudly Canadian. I cut the seal just so we won't have to do that on camera, but let's open it up. So this is my first time ordering from fragrancebuy.ca, but the packaging looks pretty well done. Like, the box is all personalized, and the stuff is packaged in here pretty nicely. So both of these are testers, so the boxes look pretty plain. I've never ordered a Mancera tester, but this is my first one. But I'm fine with that. Like I said, I don't care about the boxes. So it does still come in the bag. And I have to tell you, this fragrance is not the reason that I made this order, but this one has been on my list, so I went ahead and got it. But this is Roses Vanille. I've heard so much about this. It's a unisex scent, but mainly I've heard women talk about it. And I've heard it being compared to Montel Intense Cafe, which seems to be sold out pretty much everywhere. So this was on my list, also Intense Cafe, and this one was a really nice price, so I went ahead and picked it up. Okay, so right off the bat, I'm not really sure how I feel about this. I don't know. Maybe I smell too much today, but right now all I'm getting is roses. I expected to get like more vanilla and with rose and like a coffee note to it. Right now all I'm getting is roses. Maybe it's my nose, y'all. Let me try again. Okay, it's getting better. So I definitely smell a bit of depth to it now. I definitely still smell roses as being the most prominent, but it's like a sweet candied rose. Very syrupy. Maybe even a little bit boozy. I like it. But so far, I don't know. I'm not super impressed. Honestly, I like it. I'm gonna have to wear this because I feel like this is not smelling how I expected it to smell. And maybe it's just my nose because I've smelled so many things today. So I'm not counting this out. It does smell good, but it just doesn't smell. I was expecting to get some coffee to it and there is none. Not so far that I can smell. So I guess y'all have to wait to hear my thoughts on that. But yeah, it's just not what I expected. So this next fragrance is the reason I made this order, and they had an excellent price on this. It is a tester, so it doesn't come with the fancy box that it normally comes in, but it is from Nichane. It's my first fragrance from them, and this is Ani. This is probably their most popular fragrance, I think. I like the bottle, but the cap is a little weird. I mean, it kind of reminds me of a hurricane, like when you would see on the Weather Channel a hurricane diagram or the graphic they put up for a hurricane. That's what that reminds me of, but I like it. It's not my favorite, but it's not bad either. But the bottle and the cap feel really substantial, and I've heard this is a nice vanilla. So let's see. Okay, so right off the bat I smell citrus. That's kind of strange. Okay, it's starting to sweeten up though. Ooh. Yes, it's definitely starting to sweeten up and get some depth to it. Okay. So it's not the vanilla that I was expecting. It's like a bright citrusy vanilla. I can definitely smell the vanilla in there, and as it sits on this card, I'm smelling more and more vanilla the longer it sits. So I'm assuming that this starts out very bright and then kind of the vanilla will develop more as you wear it. But this is just my first sniff, y'all, so I can't give you that much information, but so far so good. Like the citrus in it is very clean smelling, but then the creaminess of that vanilla is coming through, and it's just making it, oh, that's smelling really good, y'all. Okay. I am liking this, y'all. I am really liking this. It's not what I expected because I thought it was just gonna be vanilla, honestly. I look up information on fragrances and I get an idea based on notes if I'm gonna like them, but I still have a thought in my mind of how they're gonna smell, and this does not smell like what I thought, but I'm liking it. Like, it's smelling really good. This is not your average vanilla. As it's still sitting here, I definitely smell the vanilla becoming the most prominent note, but that lemon is there as well. I believe it's lemon, I don't know. It's definitely citrus though. This is good. This is very intoxicating to smell. It kind of reminds me of the Lyra dupe, what's it called? Limon y Vaniglia. I talked about it in my Fragranza video. I love that. This kind of reminds me of that right off the bat. They don't smell the same, but that's what it reminds me of. And I happen to love lemon, especially sweet lemon. I can't stop smelling this, y'all. Based on this first sniff, I feel like this could be worn year-round. Just because of that citrus, I feel like it kind of lifts it up. That makes it appropriate for even hot weather. All right, I am excited. I am super excited to wear all of these fragrances. So since these fragrances are basically a birthday gift from me to me, that's the reason why I have not worn them. So I'm super excited to wear one of these for my birthday, or two of them. I believe I'm going to brunch during the day and then going to dinner somewhere that night. So leave me down below, what do you think my birthday fragrance should be? What do you think? If you own any of these, even if you just saw my reaction to them, let me know. Keep in mind, I live in Florida, so it's still hot here. It is not full-on fall. So I don't know which one I'm gonna wear yet, but just let me know what you think, and later on I'll probably update y'all on Instagram which one I end up choosing. But thank you guys so much for watching this video. I appreciate you. Please thumbs it up, please subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.